Hop, here we go. So what's up guys? Today I'm going to be checking build game again. This is a matchup we've seen already. This is the Aatrox matchup, but I was thinking the one time I did that matchup, it was with Viper against some Aatrox player in NA. But we mostly saw the interaction between like with the junglers, but we haven't seen the actual matchup. So technically, like I said, Aatrox matchup should not be a matchup in which you should technically be able to get kills, but you should not die either. Let me lower the volume a little bit. Should be better. I don't know if it's loud. Anyway, realistically, the Aatrox player should not die because they should not be using their Q unless the Riven has nothing to dodge them. So basically, if you play Aatrox and you face Riven, you won't be trying to use your Q if she has E, or even like a good Riven can even dodge the Qs with her Qs, because she can either Q on the side, Q on the one spot that does not knock you up, or even just Q dance behind him. So if you play Aatrox and you want to Q to poke, you have to be aware of the spells Riven has, because she's most likely gonna try to dodge it either, like if she can play aggressively, she's gonna try to dodge it forward, but in some scenarios she's gonna dodge it on the side or behind. And if she has the tools to play aggressively, you may be wanting to use your E to go backwards. This way, if she dashes in, then your Q hits. So when you play a Riven, you always have to be careful about it. Always predict, always be moving left and right, behind, like forward and backwards. Always predict the Qs, always use your Q to dodge them. You always want to be moving with your Qs, basically, just like he just did. So let's go back a little bit here. So he was looking for a bun plating proc, most likely. So here, like the first Q Aatrox did, just like I said, Bult used his Q behind, like backwards, here. So here, Bult right clicks behind him, and at the same time, he uses Q. This way, he dodges the first Q. This is always how you want to be playing the matchup. You always have to be careful, always have to predict the Qs, and always use your Q as a dashing tool. So we didn't get the prio so far in the matchup, but I think Bult should be getting the prio pretty soon. Edge was gonna get level 2 first, so we have to be careful. We're just gonna wait for the 3-wave crash, most likely. It actually looks like it may be a 2-wave. No, it's gonna be 3. It should be 3. It's gonna be a 3-wave crash. I'm gonna speed up, but I think Aatrox is gonna, yeah, this is gonna be a 3-wave. So if you are Bult right there, you have to wait for your level 3. See again, he used, I'm just gonna go back again just to show you, but he used his Q again to dodge backwards, and this is how you want to be playing the matchup. You always want to be, you want to right click somewhere. This is the next one. It was the next one, I think. Yeah, this is gonna be the next one. Right there. When Aatrox does that, it's not just a reaction, it's also prediction. You always have to think about it and expect it. And right now, if you're Bult, you want to right click behind, so on this side, and just press Q afterwards. This way you Q behind you and you dodge the Q. So this can be a reaction, but it always has to be, I mean, most of the time it's gonna be both reaction and prediction. So here Bult has to be careful because he has no cooldown and the wave is way bigger on Aatrox's side. But I don't think there's much that's gonna happen in lane, because like I said, this should not be a matchup in which you can realistically kill your opponent unless they fuck up. And like I always say, fuck ups can happen in every single game. Like it doesn't matter the elo, but you have less chance to have a fuck up like that in Challenger, unless you face someone who first times the champion or gets out of field. But it's, you know, even against one tricks, it can still happen. You know, we all make mistakes, no matter what, like how good we are in the game. Or with the champion. Okay, so I'm just gonna look at this. Okay, so this trade was technically bad, but at the same time it was not the worst, because he got hit by the E. So here I think he was using his Q to last hit and see if he could maybe hit the Aatrox. I haven't paid attention, I need to look at it again. So Aatrox used his last Q, so technically he has no opportunity to play with much aggression. So right now Bult knows that Aatrox does not have anything really, like besides E and W, so he has no offensive spell. So he tries to go for potentially a Q that hits when he gets the last hit. So here he can take a small trade, very small, because Aatrox cannot trade back, but he healed up a lot with the passive. But at least we got the burn pending proc and we got the wave pushing back to Aatrox's side, so maybe we can look for something, some short trade. So here, if you are built in this scenario, you have nothing anymore. You only have one E, so you have to back off and be careful, because if you get hit by one spell in this situation, then you may be losing a lot. So here he gets his cube back, so it's fine, but you know, he can't really commit, because he just used his E, so it's in cooldown, and I mean Aatrox's E is in cooldown still, but you can't really commit to it in that situation. But yeah, this is technically how the matchup goes. Like against a decent player, it's always gonna be you trying to dodge his Qs, and there should not be a lot of opportunities to play aggressively, because they're gonna keep their E and W to get away. And whenever their Q is in cooldown, they should not even be in range for you to trade back. You know how you're supposed to play safe as Riven, like when your CDs are down in laning phase, like when you went for a trade or even used your Q to last hit. When everything is down, you always stay far away to not get engaged back, right? This is basically the same for Aatrox. Once he uses all of his Q, he should never be in range for you to engage on him. And if he does, then he's gonna E away or use his passive to heal up. I mean, only if he's good though, because you can face some bad Aatrox that are gonna stay without having much tools. Yeah, realistically, this is how the matchup goes. Not much happening. Short trades here and there when there is some mistakes of positioning or cooldown managing. So here Aatrox is gonna hit 6 first, because he got TP, so he stopped pushing back. Yeah, he got 6 here, so builds cannot really play too much aggression. He has to stand back and wait for the wave to stop push back to his side. And he's gonna hit 6 on this minion, but the wave is too big. And there's no kill potential, like, you can't kill Aatrox right now. I don't think you can, like, kill him at any point anyway, unless he fucks up. So, I wanted to show you the matchup because a lot of people asked me for Aatrox, but realistically this is just how this should go. So this is why I think it's better to show you like a Aatrox in gold, platinum, or even diamond that still makes a lot of mistake. Because if we look at Riven versus Aatrox in Challenger, most of the time it's gonna be like the matchup is gonna end up like that. Because Aatrox has all the tools he needs to be able to play safe if he plays the matchup well. And it goes the same for Riven. She has all the tools she needs to be playing safe. So here we force the flash. Yeah, there's not much gonna go. And we may, I was gonna say we may have a kill potential now in the 1v1 side, but we used the ignite on build side. So even with the flash advantage, it should not be enough unless the Aatrox fucks up very much. Because if you have flash and ignite advantage over Aatrox who does not have flash, then you can maybe look for a fast kill with the ignite. But without the ignite, it becomes basically not relevant, because with only flash, that would mean that you need to take a good short trade first, and then that you will need him to fuck up his positioning again, so you will be able to flash on him. So that can happen, but if the Aatrox is aware of that, this should not happen. When you have no flash and you face someone that can play aggressively, like Riven, and flash on you and just kill you like that, you should always be aware of that. So you're always gonna change your gameplay. Like if you have the flash disadvantage, you should never be playing the same way as you were if you had flash advantage, or if you are equal on the flash side. But yeah, this is this is just a plain as boring matchup. And now he doesn't even have the advantage anymore right now, because there's a red buff on Aatrox and no HP. So we are forced to give up the wave. I don't think he's gonna die, but he needs his team to back him up if he wants to stay. which is gonna happen. The Aatrox has no flash though, so yeah, we can't really force too hard. He just used R again. Yeah, this is not. There's not much to see in this game. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Like, I'm still gonna upload it because I think it's important to see some things. But yeah, realistically, this should basically be how the matchup goes if everyone plays well. Because it's hard to put, like, there are matchups that could normally be like 50-50, like boring, kind of Riven sleeper like this one. But they can change because with a little fuck up or even just a flash advantage, you can turn it up, like turn it around. But Aatrox, it's pretty hard to really turn the matchup around. Like, most of the time it's just gonna be you always trying to predict and dodge his Qs. And if you want to get a kill in the matchup, it's gonna be you're gonna rely on just him fucking up. The fuck ups are basically wasting all of his Qs and his E, and maybe potentially the passive as well. So here, okay, perfect. We got a kill in this matchup, so we're gonna see why he fucked up. I haven't really paid attention to the kill, but I'm gonna assume that he used all of his spells, or he's gonna miss them all. We have the ignite advantage. So remember, I told you earlier that we had the flash advantage, but I wanted, like, I expected. How to say that? I said that we had the flash advantage, but without the ignite, it would be tough to get a kill. But this time we got the ignite back, so we have the tool to play aggressively because he's actually under tower. The main reason why is because, like, there's two reasons as to why we got the kill here. First of all, the ignite. Without the ignite, it would be a bit tougher. But also mainly because here, Bult dashes into the Q to force the tower aggro. So now we dashed into the Q, we take the aggro, and we are stunned under tower because of the Riven's W. So now we just have to R ignite and go for a fast combo. On top of that, we dodged the E as well. It was really close, but it's basically the kind of opportunity you have to seize. Right there, we got the kill because we managed to bait the tower focus and we stunned him under tower so he could not disengage on the tower. And the ignite helped a lot too. Without the ignite, I'm not even sure that we would have gotten the kill. But yeah, basically this is how you find ways to kill Aatrox. He needs to fuck up really badly and you need to abuse his weaknesses. But the thing is that if he plays the matchup well, if he spaces properly, and if he plays accordingly, there should not be a lot of opportunity. I mean, we're not gonna learn a lot from this video, but I still hope that some people that were struggling against Aatrox managed to learn some stuff. Always be aware, basically. Just think about Aatrox's kit, and always think about what he can do. Always predict his Q and dodge them with your own Q. Like click on the side and Q on the side. Like, you don't want to dodge his Qs with just right clicks. Most of the time you want to be dodging them with right click into Q to Q behind or on the side. Sometimes you have to predict his E as well. So when you see him using his Q out of range, you're gonna have to E away. Because there are times where queuing away is not gonna help if he uses his E forward. So you're gonna have to E backwards. And this is pretty obvious to know when he's gonna do that. If you see him using his Q out of range, but just enough for him to E in and hit you, then you have to predict that and E away. So I think we're gonna go back to this matchup with a lower elo game, so I can point out the mistakes you can punish. Because we're not gonna see a lot of mistakes from Aatrox in Challenger. At least not the ones that play well. But yeah. Maybe I'm gonna look at like some Platinum Diamond games to see like some decent amount of mistakes that we can punish. Yeah, this is just boring, especially if you're on this one spot here, like close to his tower. It's when it gets the hardest. But that's the case for a lot of matchups. Camille, Irelia, Fiora, matchups like this. Anyway, I'm gonna cut the video here, so peace out. Oh, just look at this real quick. But yeah, it's gonna be the same shit again. This is just boring.